this is a better price. Plus we've only got 30,000 litres of wheat, so just do I want to use... I don't like doing this, but we will. These resupply points are incredibly expensive. When compared with fetching from the store. Oh, I didn't. Wasn't paying attention. So that's 3,200 for a couple of thousand litres. I do have one of those auger wagons there. It's full of fertiliser, the other one's full of seed. And when I'm doing a major field operation, I will use those. There's also a liquid fertiliser tanker in there as well. So I've got the choice of anything. But when you're planting fields with large equipment, especially, we've got probably about 15 fields now. You take the seed auger with you so that you can plant all the fields in one go and not have to keep coming back or going to the store and buying more. Excuse me while I bounce along the edge of there. Now, let's park it there. Yep, that's working, so off you go. Okay, so that's on a worker, and he will do that. We'll have to go back and fill in the gaps again. Oh no. No, that's not working. Okay. There we go. Grab the bit on the side. Jump out, back up. In that one and push that up. Engine off. Yeah, belts have engines. I have silage in that bucket too. With the glance mod top left, it tells me how many animals I have when it thinks I've got too many. So anything over 100, it gets very upset. But it's also telling me that the Massey Ferguson is fertilising the fields, and it will therefore tell me when it's done. It's kind of useful. You either have to be sitting in the equipment, have a friend sitting in the equipment if you're playing multiplayer, or have the engine on, which means having a worker in the equipment, because as soon as you jump away from the equipment, after about 10 seconds the engine turns off. It would be nice to have this truck sat here with the engine running, be able to go and do something else, and then see when it's full or when it's stopped loading. And the Massey Ferguson's reached the end of the field and is turning round. So we may actually sell, I could sell some pigs and sheep. I mean, to be fair, I think Sheep end up more profitable than pigs. It's not a good time of year to sell pigs. Best time of year to sell pigs is end of spring. Why? I'd have gone for best time to sell pigs is round about here, which is Thanksgiving Day, which is when pigs are the cheapest. Or possibly maybe here when it's Christmas and people might be having roast ham, but yeah, not so much. It's kind of January. That's New Year's pig. But pig's worth up to, call it 34, and sheep are worth a lot more. Now you sell them, they're worth half, but SD Coconuts is now following. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the stream. But that's why a lot of people don't rate pigs as a good investment. Primarily because, I mean, yeah, I can buy them here for 1,000, I can sell them there for 1,500, 1,600. So I'm making 600 off that. But you have to feed them all the things, whereas sheep, you feed them grass. And they're worth 4,000 there. It's cost you 2,500 to buy them here. They're useless here, because they're not going to do anything. So you're going to have to feed them all the way through winter, but come spring, okay, they'll start breeding and producing more between there and there, and they're also producing wool between there and there, so they're still in their prime wool producing stage. And in Farm Sim 17, wool is worth a ton of money. Cows just produce milk all the time. Oh, there we go. That's done. Let's get the truck going. Oh, and the sun is still in the sky. It's going to be late before it starts sets. I mean, pigs breed for 3 seasons in the year, spring through fall. They don't breed during winter. So making pigs, you're going to make a lot more pigs than you are sheep, but pig values are just different. And then the sheep produce wool, which is very valuable in Farm Sim 17. Not so much in Farm Sim 19. They halved the size of the wool pallets, and they more than halved the value per 1,000 litres. So where you used, Farm Sim 17, I can sell a bale of wool for £15,000. In Farm Sim 19, I can barely get 5,000 because of the reduction in value and the reduction in volume. What I never really checked was is the production rate the same? Is it produced by the pallet, or is it produced by the 1,000 litres? So that's going to take us a while. How's he doing? we're close to the end of this field. It gets all sorts of messy in this corner. We're probably going to have to do a fair amount of it ourselves. Have a look at the field map. So yeah, we'll have to run across the top to fill in that gap. Maybe along the bottom. That's fairly reasonable. And then this bit's all just going to be a mess. So that's 34. We've got to do 39, 38 as well, and then field 1. Risk. That's interesting. Oh, it's naming the silo, I think. Oh. So this farm doesn't have a tag. We're in the grains, so Lawfolds is the main, yeah. Storage, what the heck is that? I can't visit it though. That's not what we had planned here, guy. What are you thinking? Okay, I probably messed that up a bit. Yeah, there's a little missed bit there. Well, let him do what he's doing. And that's half emptied. Good grief. $1.9 million. Now this is on site here for when I bring bales up. It's received a lot of work out. What is the time? It's only 11 o'clock. My goodness. That's the wrong button to push. That's also the wrong button to push. There we go. So coming up on 2 hours. Okay. He thinks he's done. He's not done. Oh, and I'm outside the bounds of the field. Of course. Oh, I don't need that big. Okay. Get to the top and run along the top this way. The edge of the field is a little close to the hedge, so we do have issues with equipment pulling up and getting stuck or not doing the edge of the field. It's one of the reasons I made this field grass field on the other side of the pig area. I actually rolled the ground short of the fence, losing some of the production on the field, but it was such an annoyance that, you know, it just wouldn't do the top end of the field by about harvester length. And when you got that going on, it's sort of, I'll just roll back the field so that the edge is further away from the fence, and then I don't have so much manual work to do after the worker thinks it's done. Okay, that looks like where we got up to. Don't know that I'm even on the field boundary. I'm not on the field boundary. There we go. And that should be all of it. You see, my mowing accuracy isn't the best. So that's all done. Set this guy loose on the bottom field. So this particular field is just map grass when the game starts. And it yields a lot because it is big, but it's not worker friendly because of this big bulge on the left here. So you've got, it's wider at the top, wider at the bottom, and a narrow choke point in the middle. And that doesn't favour workers very well. So, where is the edge of this field? That on and start spreading and see where we get to, I guess. There it is. Stick it on the worker. I might have missed the left side. Well, at least it'll be a straight line. Well, maybe not. That could be right along the edge. But yeah, I ploughed this under last fall after the summer cut, and then seeded it with grass. So that gives us a bigger yield because we're able to fertilise it. And also, you're done. Makes it so that workers can work it, but as such I didn't include the bottom of that pasture. But since it was the fenced in area included another farmer's field, when I had enough money to buy that field, I ploughed that under at the same time as I ploughed the pasture under. Oh crud. Yeah, that's not good. You stay there. I'll drive my truck over you. So what was I saying? Yeah, so I expanded the field, the main field area, whilst leaving a slight portion of it as pasture. And that's increased the yield on that area by 50%, ploughing it under. Actually, is it 50%? No, potentially it's 100% more grass out of possibly the same area, which is why I don't have problems with silage these days, especially not since we also produce corn for silage. But I do still need a lot of grass, because every year I need all 3 fields as hay to ensure I have enough for the cows and the sheeps. And there we go, we're tucked in nicely. Turn the engine off, jump out. I think what I might do is raise this if I can. There we go, that'll stop the truck hitting it every so often. How are we doing for supply? 450, so this load will put us down to 400. And sunset over the cows. That's nice and pretty. Let's do that. It's already 9:30, so I'm not sure how far the Massey Ferguson will get, nor how full that will be. Should I save myself some money and get the other truck out? Yes. That's in the way now. So to keep things easy, I keep the seed in the red one and the fertilizer in the white one. Actually have a lot of fertilizer left in this. Hopefully enough to do the grass for this round. I'll park this along the edge here. Oh, we're already this far in. Wow. See, he's actually doing it. Okay. That's still filling up. And the lights are on in the cowshed. Sunset on the cow farm. Normally I do sunset overlooking the main farm, which is over there somewhere. Can't even make it out at this time of day. Actually, I'll fill this up. Oh, that's in the barn, so That's the exterior floodlight. There we go. We'll be able to see what we're doing. And there we go. Come on, back we go. Not doing a good job of this. Like I said, it's a lot easier with a standard size European rig than it is with this thing. How are we doing? 57? Tail lights off. We are lit up like a Christmas tree. Let's go. So this will be the last trip out to the BGA today. How's the... oh, we've only got 10% fertiliser left in the Massey Ferguson. So we'll need to jump out there and make sure that the worker isn't hanging around. I know. There you go. Regular lights. Okay. Brakes suck. My reactions suck too. So it's why you won't see first-person shooters for the most part on this this channel. I'm old and I suck. So this should put us up to about £240,000. Oh, sorry, yeah, 40,000. 1.9194. Come on. Oh, we're miles off yet. There we go.